We're here to introduce you to Horrified Universal Monsters, designed by Prospero Hall and published by Ravensburger. This officially licensed Universal Monsters cooperative game plays 1 to 5 players ages 10 and up in about an hour and is available at Amazon, Target, and Walmart in the US for $34.99, and it's also available in the UK. In this game, we're going to try to hunt down the monsters before they can hunt us.
The village is under attack. Dracula, the mummy, Frankenstein's monster, his bride, and more are on the rampage, and your team of heroes must defeat the monsters' unique challenges. Work together to overcome them all before the horror overwhelms you.
Dun dun dun. The board here represents different locations which will travel around collecting items to overcome the monsters' tasks that are laid out before us. For this demo, we're only going to be facing Dracula, but normally players will take on at least 2 monsters at a time at the easiest difficulty level, and up to 4 monsters at the same time on the hardest difficulty level. Now, to defeat Dracula, we're going to have to destroy each of the 4 coffins that are on the board. And then we'll have to fight him as outlined on his monster sheet before he can cause our terror marker to reach this white skull space. Now, each monster requires different steps and strategies in order to defeat it, and some monsters are more complex than others. If you'll grab that creature for the Black Lagoon. As you can see, the creature from the Black Lagoon here in the middle has an expedition track that we'll have to traverse before we can fight them. So that's a little more of a complex goal than what we're dealing with Dracula here today. Now each turn has 2 phases. There's a hero phase and a monster phase. And each player has a hero badge which shows where that hero begins, the number of actions that player can take per turn, along with a special action. So if you'll look at the top left of your screen, you can see I'm playing as the courier. I have 4 actions, and I start at the shop location. But we'll go over the special actions and how those work in just a little bit. So the player that goes first is the one who has most recently eaten garlic, so that's going to be Melissa. And she's going to be playing as the archaeologist. And the archaeologist has 4 actions and starts on the dock space. And like I said, I'm the courier and I start on the shop space.
Okay.
So on Melissa's turn, she's going to take up to 4 actions. And I'm going to show you the little inset up in your top left. Those are some of the actions we can take, but we'll go over those in detail. So she can take up to 4 actions and she can take the same action multiple times. It's going to be a good idea on her turn to try and pick up some items because they not only help us accomplish the tasks that we need, but they'll also help us defend from Dracula's attacks. So we're going to jump right in and let Melissa take her first turn.
So Dracula is seeking blood. Destroy his 4 coffins so you can subdue him. So that's what we're trying to do. And so what we're trying to do is we need to go to a space with a coffin and use items, red items, that have a value of 6 or more to smash his coffin.
And the coffins say that on them as well. You can see they have this symbol that's red physical items, which we'll go over the types and how they matter in a little bit. And we need a 6 or more in order to smash them.
So in my space right now, I do have a red item. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a pickup action. And that allows me to pick up any number of items in my space. So I'll pick up this red item, which is a knife. And then I'm going to take a move action, which allows me to move to an adjacent space along a lit path. I can take any villagers that might be in my space with me, but I didn't have any in my space right now. So that's 2 actions I picked up and then I moved. And then for my 3rd action, I'm actually going to use my special action. So I'll let you show them what my special action is.
So the archaeologist's special action is that he can pick up items from an adjacent space as an action.
So normally I need to be in the space with the item to pick it up, to take the pickup action.
Right.
So I'm actually going to pick up this red item from the theater, which is in an adjacent space. And then I have one more action left, so I'm going to use another move action to move to adjacent space along a lit path.
So now that you're in the dungeon, on your next turn, as long as Dracula doesn't pull any shenanigans, we might be able to smash that coffin.
Yes.
The two items that she picked up have a strength value of 5 and 3. So that'll be the strength of 6 that we need to smash that coffin.
6 or more. Yeah.
6 or more, that's correct. So now it's the monster phase of the turn. So after the hero phase, we go to the monster phase. And to do that, we draw one of the cards from this monster deck. And then there are 3 parts on this card, and we're going to resolve those in order. So I'll show you guys what we drew. We drew an event called the delivery. So the first thing that we're going to do is resolve the top part of the card. And at the top part is a number. That indicates the number of items that need to be drawn from the item bag and placed on the board. Now, each item, like I said, will have a strength value and a type. So red items, which are the ones we need to smash the coffins, are physical items. This one that we drew is a dart. It goes at the end, and it has a strength value of 2. So the end is going to be up here at the top. We actually got one of each type. So this is a 1 strength item, goes to the Institute, and it is the anatomy text. And then we also got this type. It's a tarot deck. It goes at the camp, and it is a 3 strength. So it'll join these up here. So the red items are going to be your physical items. They're normally used for fighting, or in our case, smashing these coffins. But they're also, the blue items are intellectual items, and the yellow items are spiritual items. So when you draw those out of the bag via this top number up here, that you just place them out on the board. And then we proceed to the middle of the card. Now the middle of the card has a picture of an event. Some of these events are going to be color-coded and represent specific monsters, and some events are gray and represent the villagers. If we drew an event that represents a monster, it shows the monster's symbol and is color-coded towards that character. So this event, which I just drew from the bottom of the deck, is a Wolfman event. Since we're not playing with the Wolfman, if we drew that event, we would just skip it. But for now, we have a gray event, and the gray event represents the villagers. So this event is called the delivery, and it says we'll place Wilbur and Chick at the shop. So Wilbur and Chick, we'll grab and we'll place them at the shop, which happens to be where I am. Now each villager in the game is going to appear at a specific location, and they have to be guided to their safe location, which is listed at the top of their mover. So Wilbur and Chick are trying to be guided to the dungeon. That's where their safe location is. So the move and guide actions that we can take on our turn is what's going to help us usher them to their safe location. When a villager reaches their safe location, they'll reward us for one of these perk cards for assisting them. Yeah. In a normal game, we would start with some perk cards already given to us, but because we're only playing against one monster today, in order to balance the difficulty and make it a little harder for us, we're not going to start with any perk cards, so we'll have to deliver the villagers in order to get those. So then we resolve the bottom part of the card, and that's the monster strike. Certain monsters are going to move and attack as indicated by their symbols on the bottom of this card. So in order from left to right, we're going to move and then attack with the monsters shown. If the monster's not in our game, then we just ignore that symbol and proceed to the next one. Now monsters always move along the shortest path towards the closest person, either a hero or a villager, and heroes break the ties if there is a tie. So for this event in particular, we would resolve Frankenstein and then the bride, but we're not playing with them, so we'll just ignore those symbols. Now the third symbol here is one symbol that can never be ignored, and that's the fire symbol. This fire symbol stands for frenzy, and each game there's going to be a frenzied monster. Each monster has a frenzy order listed at the top of their monster board, and Some events are going to move that frenzy marker around. But since we're just playing with Dracula, he's going to be our frenzied monster for the whole game. So, we're going to move Dracula, our frenzied monster, equal to the number next to the arrow. So that is 1 space. He's going to move out of the crypt to the abbey, and that's going to be coming towards us at the shop. So Dracula could then attack if he had someone in the same space, and the attack symbol here is with 3 dice, but we'll go over that when that happens a little bit later. And so then we'll just discard the event. So then after both of those phases, it's the next player's turn. They'll begin their hero phase, and then we'll swap back and forth hero phase and monster phase until either we can vanquish Dracula or Dracula vanquishes us and makes our terror reach the end. So now it's going to be my turn. I'm playing the courier. Like I said, I have 4 actions, and I start at the shop, which happened to be where Wilbur and Chick, the villagers, appeared. So I think I'm going to try and save those villagers to get some perk cards.
Yeah.
Because those will help us later.
Yes.
There's no red items really around me right now.
Not really.
To smash the coffins. So I'm going to take, and here I'll put this back so you guys can see what actions we're taking. I'm going to take some move actions. I'm going to take 3 move actions. Now when I move, I can bring a villager along with me. So I have to move along the lit path. I can't move in the water. That's only for the creature from the Black Lagoon. And if I want to cross the river, I have to use one of these 2 bridge spaces. So I'll move and try to get this villager up to the dungeon, which is his safe spot. So I'll move 1, 2, and 3 to the tower. And then I'm going to use the guide action. So the guide action allows us to move a villager from our space to an adjacent space, or from an adjacent space to our space. So I'm going to guide Wilbur and Chick up here to the dungeon and rescue them. And then they'll provide me with one of these perk cards. So let's see what I drew. I got a taxi ride. Place a hero in any non-water space. So that'll allow me to get a little teleporty in just a little bit. So perk cards, they stay up in front of you, and they can be played on any player's turn during their hero phase.
Nice.
So I could also use it to affect Melissa if I know she's going to get attacked by Dracula. I could give her a taxi ride and pull her out of there. They don't cost an action to use, just when you play them, you discard them. And then that's going to be the end of my phase. So then we'll go back to the monster phase. So we'll draw 1 card. We get no items to help us this time. And this is a mummy event. It has the mummy monster symbol there. So we're not going to do that event because we're not playing against the mummy. Okay. And then at the bottom of the card, we will resolve the monster strike, which is the Wolfman, Dracula, and the Invisible Man. Dracula is the only one we're playing with there. So Dracula is going to move 1 space towards us and to the mansion. And then he still can't attack, so we will place that to the side.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Now we'll be back to your turn, and now's a good time to try
Yeah,
to
so
smash
I
some
will
coffins.
take the advance action, which I can use these items to advance the task, which is in a space with a coffin, use red items of 6 or more value and place the smashed coffin on the matching spot below, and it says it right here.
So she has 2 items, which are an 8 strength. It's a little more strength than we need, but that's okay. And so we'll discard these items in order to smash the coffin in the dungeon, and then place that on the map to show that it's been smashed. Now when you discard an item, it's very important you don't put those back in the bag. So they are gone until, if the bag runs out, you can reshuffle. But for now, they are discarded and out. So that was your first action. So you've got 3 more actions.
So I think I will just...
There's not a whole lot of red items on
No,
the board
I guess I'll
right
have to
now.
go over here somewhere. So that was 1 action, 2, 3. Oh, I could be in the way of Dracula. That's okay. 4.
You don't have any items to defend with, so you might want to
Come this way.
come that way, or pick up this item as you go to try and not
So that was 1
get
action,
attacked by Dracula.
2 actions, 2 move actions, then 1 pickup action for 3 actions, and then 4 actions.
You might be safe there.
At least I have 1 item.
You have 1 item to defend with. So that's going to be the end of your turn, right? 4 actions?
Yeah.
And then we will resolve the monster phase. So we got 3 items this time to come out and help us. So if you'll draw those 3 items. And then I'll show
1,
everybody
2,
what we got. We got a red item.
and
That's good.
3.
That's a rifle, and it goes to the barn location, which is very close to where we are. We've got a kite that goes to the tower, and that's where I am. And then we also got a cosmic ray diffuser, which goes to the tower as well.
Fancy.
I'll put that one there. And then we got the event, the Ichthyologist, which is a villager event. Place Dr. Reed at the Institute. So let me
Dr.
find
Reed.
Dr. Reed. That's not him. There's Dr.
He goes
Reed.
here.
So he goes to the Institute. He needs to go to his safe location is the camp, which is all the way up here.
Ooh.
So that's going to be
Tough.
a little tough. But
Okay.
maybe that taxi ride will help us
Yes.
get there. So then we resolve the monster strike. We'll resolve the creature from the Black Lagoon, which we're not playing with, and the frenzy marker, which is Dracula. So Dracula's going to move 1 space. So he is 3 spaces from you, so he moves to this bridge. And then he still can't attack, but he is getting closer to us. So in a game with more monsters, it's going to be very claustrophobic at times because the monsters are going to be moving all over the board and on different turns in order to try and come after you. So
Closing in.
yeah, they close in very fast.
So now it's your hero phase.
Now it's back to my hero phase. So I think I'm going to use my taxi ride and grab this villager.
Yeah.
You think that's a good
Yeah, I
idea?
think so.
I'll leave since you can grab stuff from adjacent locations, I'll leave the big red items to you because we got two up there that are 6.
Yeah.
So I'll just work on protecting the villagers for now, and maybe if Dracula moves this way, I can come behind him and get that. So we'll use my taxi ride. We'll discard that and place my hero in any non-water space. And remember, that's not an action.
Right. So you still have your 4 actions.
So then my first action I'm going to use is pick up some items. I'm going to pick up all the items from this space. Make sure you guys can see those. And then I'll take 2 movement actions. Actually, I'm going to take 1 movement action, and then I'm going to pick up that item as well, just to give us some extra defense if Dracula decides to come after us, and then 1 more move action.
Okay. Now it's the monster phase.
So the monster phase, we draw. This is a Dracula event.
Ooh.
With no items. The event is called Sunrise. Place Dracula at the crypt. So Dracula's going to go back to sleep for a while. And then, as you can see, this one's red. That's how we know that that's a Dracula event, and it also has Dracula's symbol there. On the monster phase card, it does show you all of the symbols for all the different creatures that we can face. And we'll show you those creatures a little bit more at the end. So then we would use the monster strike. We'll use Invisible Man, then Frankenstein's monster, which we're not using with, so it'll just be the frenzied monster, which is Dracula. He moves 1 space. and then could attack us if we were in that space, but we're not. So the frenzied monster could also trigger at the same time as the Dracula symbol. So sometimes Dracula is going to get to move and attack multiple times in a turn. Hopefully we'll be able to stay safe and maybe defend against some of those.
Hey.
So then it's your turn.
My hero face. Okay. I think I will use my special action to pick up this rifle from an adjacent space.
Okay.
My first action. And then I think I will use my remaining 3 actions to just move.
Sounds good.
So 1, 2, 3.
And move up to the camp. There's a lot of spiritual items there, which we will need later if we want
because
to defeat
to overcome Dracula, you'll need 3 yellow items that are 6 value or more.
Right. But we still have a bunch of coffins to go.
Yeah, we still have to smash all the coffins before we even do
coffin in a cave, coffin in the crypt, and a coffin down here at the graveyard, which these 2 are going to be tough to get because Dracula's hanging out. So then we'll do your monster face. 3 items. We'll grab those for us.
3 items. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. We have got the analysis, which goes to the Institute.
Yep.
The silver cane, which goes in the shop. That was a good pull. Maybe that graveyard will come in handy. And then the fire poker, which goes to the mansion. And then the event that we have is former employer placed Dr. Cranley at the laboratory.
Former employer.
Let me find Dr. Cranley. There he is. He goes to the laboratory.
Dr. Cranley.
So then we resolve the monster strike. It is the frenzied monster again. He will move 1 space and then could attack for 2 if we were in that space, but we're not.
And he's trying to go to the precinct.
He's trying to go to the precinct and the camp, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
But you can take as many villagers, right?
Right, and when you move, yeah, if you want to.
Or you can guide them to you.
So yeah, I might want to do that. I'm just worried about Dracula coming
Yeah.
up there if we're both up there, but...
I mean, hopefully I can draw him away.
We'll see. So, I think that's a good idea, though, is that I...
Yeah,
because
since he's since he's right there.
So, first thing I'm going to do is, on my turn, is pick up this item to give me something to smash a coffin with. And then I will take the guide action to move
Dr. Cranley.
Dr. Cranley. And then I'm going to move 2 to the theater and just kind of hang out there with those villagers and try to keep
I'm still
them
closer
safe.
to you. I'm only 2 spaces and you guys are 3.
Okay. So we'll see what Dracula's going to do now. We have 2 items.
Okay.
We've got the flower, which goes to the docks. That reminds me of a very good scene from that original Frankenstein movie. And then the experiment in the laboratory.
Okay.
And then we resolve. We skip the event because it's a Wolfman event. We're not playing with the Wolfman. But this is one of those situations where I was talking about where Dracula goes twice.
Uh-oh.
So, Dracula's going to move 1 because of the Dracula symbol, and then attack for 2.
Ruh-roh.
And then we activate the frenzied monster. So that's Dracula again. He's going to move into your space, and then we'll resolve the attack.
Okay.
So, the way that attacks are done is that we roll the number of dice equal to the dice symbol on this card, so that would be 2. The dice have 2 symbols and a blank side. So this side here with the little burst on it is a hit. To ignore being hit by the monster's attack, a hero has to discard an item for each hit rolled. If the hero doesn't have enough items, they're defeated. We'll go over what happens if that happens. And there's also this exclamation point symbol, which is the power symbol. Dracula has a power on his sheet that is called the Dark Charm. And if you'll read that for us.
It says, place the current player's hero in Dracula's space.
So the current player would be me. So if we roll that, Dracula's going to teleport me over there. And
Just you, or you and the villagers?
Just me. So we'll have to strand those villagers. But for now, he's going to attack you, and I'm going to roll the attack.
Oh. Well, I guess I got to discard this really nice item.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't want to go.
So we'll just throw it over there in the discard pile.
Okay.
And then that's enough, but you did successfully defend, so we don't get defeated.
Just barely.
Now.
Just barely.
And so then it will be back to your turn, and that event has been resolved.
Right. So,
So as you can see, it gets kind of hairy pretty fast.
Yeah, I think...
Hairy would have been a good thing if we were playing the Wolfman.
Yep.
I could have said that.
Pun intended. So if I picked up the items from there, from the camp,
it'll give you some stuff to
and then move 1, 2, and then pick up that item. That way, I would draw them away from you.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay,
yeah,
so I'll pick up those items.
The monster
take a
doesn't
pickup
hinder
action.
your movement or anything. It's just if you're able to deal with them when they attack you. So Dracula will probably be chasing you. But,
yeah.
But you've got enough items at this point. You can probably defend.
So I'll pick up all 3 items with just 1 action, because that's what the pickup action does. You pick up all the items from 1 space, and then I will take 2 move actions, and then I'll use my special action to pick up the pistol from an adjacent space.
Okay. And then it's Monster's turn.
Oh boy.
We got 2 items this time. So if you'll draw
2 items, sorry. I was too nervous about what was going to happen.
Invisible Man event, and I don't see our Dracula or Frenzied symbol, so we don't get attacked this turn.
Good.
But we're going to place this dart at the end. I'll place it with the other dart that's there. And then a 2-strength shovel goes to the graveyard. So there's
that's
an
apt place for a shovel to be.
That's true. There is a coffin at the graveyard, so maybe we could pick that up and it'll help us get to there. So now it's back to my turn, right?
Yes, that was the monster phase, so yes.
So we'll discard the monster event, and then we've got 4 actions on my turn.
Whew.
I'm going to...
I mean, technically you can go to the precinct, right? Or guide to the precinct, rather, from...
Right. That is what I will do.
But you have to be in my space to do that, right?
I'm gonna take a little gamble here.
Oh boy, okay. What you gonna do?
So I'm going to move.
For 1 action.
And then guide
for 2 actions.
Dr. Cranley to the precinct, which rescues him.
Let's see what the perk is.
Perk is Brandish Crucifix. That's a good one to have.
That sounds good.
Choose 1. Place Dracula in any space, or move any monster 3 spaces.
Oh, nice.
So we might be using that one right away.
Yeah.
But the reason I say I'm going to gamble is because I'm going to also move and guide to the camp, rescuing Dr. Reed, the ichthyologist, I believe was his name. And so I get another perk.
Nice.
Overstock. Each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag.
Oh, that's only when you use it.
I think it's a good idea to use both of these right now.
I would. What are you holding on to them for?
So, where do you think we should push Dracula to?
Ooh, that's a good question. Over here? Because we already done with that?
Over there, or maybe
all the way over
here
here
at the Institute?
Yeah.
Or maybe at the docks, I guess?
Yeah. Somewhere far away from us.
Far away. See, the docks are 3 spaces away, the dungeon's 3 spaces away, but we're moving this way.
Yeah, we could put him over here if you want. That's very far away.
I think the dungeon's a better place because if we're gonna be moving down in this direction,
Yeah.
you know, he may always teleport.
Oh yeah,
back
he can
to the
do.
crypt.
Yeah, we have
don't
no
know.
idea what the monster actions.
So let's start with that. We'll use the brandished crucifix, and we'll place Dracula
right.
over in the dungeon.
Get away.
Lock him up, and then overstock. We will draw and place one item from the item bag for each player.
Okay, we'll do that now. I'll draw mine.
That'll get some items out on the board
You
for
draw
your turn.
yours. This says searchlight, and it goes into precinct.
I drew a weapon,
Precinct.
and I drew the knife, and it goes at the docks.
All right.
And so that's the end
That
of
was
my
your
turn.
crazy turn.
So then we will draw a monster phase card, and it's a Dracula event. We'll start with 2 items.
Okay. Come on.
I'm trying
Items.
not to read the event because I don't.
Oh.
I'm scared. I don't want to know how much it hurts us. So the first item is the anatomy text. It is a 1 strength and goes to the institute. And the second one is monocane mixture. It's a 3 strength intellectual item, and it goes to the inn. Just up here.
Inn's got a lot of items.
The inn does have a lot of items. And then we resolve the monster.
What's it gonna be?
Hypnotic gaze.
Ooh.
Move the hero or villager closest to Dracula 3 spaces towards him.
Oh boy. I'm so glad I picked these up.
But we're lucky because Dracula's not attacking this turn.
Oh, he moves me, but he doesn't attack me right away?
Yep, just moves you there.
Okay, at least it's my turn.
So no Dracula symbol, no
That
frenzy
was-
symbol, and yeah, now it's your
Oh.
turn. Yeah, that could have been really bad.
Oh, so much for moving him away from me. So much for that. Okay. Well, I really wanted to get over there. That's where I was trying to go.
Yeah, I think if you come down here now,
Yeah, I think I'll have
it's
to.
going to be the best spot because I still have this silver cane that I picked up, so I can go to the cave now that we're over there.
Well, in that case, I should just move forward then, I think.
I think so.
Okay. 4 move actions. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Along
And
the lit
we'll
path.
resolve an event.
Just speedy.
So we need 3 items,
All right. That's what I like to hear.
and then Elizabeth.
1, 2, 3.
So we'll place this 4 strength spiritual crucifix at the church,
Well, that's apt.
and then a research intellectual item at the tower. There's
A lot of research going on in the tower.
And
It's a
then
suspicious tower.
a stake at the abbey. We got 2 stakes over there. That's really good.
Yep. Yep.
We'll need 6 strength to defeat Dracula if we can ever get to that point.
To overcome him, yeah.
And then the event is the worried fiance. Place Elizabeth at the mansion, so she's right there next to me.
Okay, that's good.
And then we resolve the frenzied monster. We'll move 1. So Dracula will move to the tower.
Dum.
And then it's back to my turn.
All right. What are you going to do?
I'm going to guide, move. I'm going to do this. I'm going to guide Elizabeth to me so I can keep her safe. Move to the cave.
Where's she trying to go?
She's trying to go to the tower,
Oh,
which
okay.
is all
the
up
way,
in
right where
Dracula's-
Dracula is. Okay.
Dracula's business.
Oh, you're not
So
trying that again, where you go right into his
I don't,
lair?
I don't
Oh,
think so.
okay,
Not
cool.
right now.
Nice.
And then we will use this 6 strength silver cane
Oh.
that I picked up at the shop to smash
Yeah.
that coffin. So we'll flip that over and place
Goes in
it
the
on the
cave.
cave. And then that's my 4th action.
Well done.
So we are halfway through advancing that first task. But
Let's see what Dracula's plans
still
are.
hot on our tail. 3 items.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Well, these villagers are coming out in a really good order for us. The torch is a 5 strength item. It goes to the barn. Then the research goes in the tower with the other researches. And the pitchfork is a 4 strength and goes to the barn.
Ooh.
And then our event is the Egyptian expert. place Professor Pearson
Professor.
at the cave.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what I said. They're coming out in a really,
Hey.
really nice order.
I like it.
But Dracula is going to move
Oh,
and
no.
attack this time because he's the frenzied monster. He's going to move 2.
I'm definitely closest.
You're definitely closest.
1, 2.
He's going to be hot on your trail. And then he would attack for 2 dice, but we're not. Don't have him there. So, again, when there's more monsters on the board, the attacks are going to be...
Even crazier than this.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you just did that when we did Monster Face, so it's me?
It is your
Is that
turn.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just going to move 3 and smash this.
That sounds great.
So 3 move actions, 1, 2, 3. And then use the pistol, which is a 6. You want to show? Okay. And that will smash this coffin in the graveyard.
Archaeologist smash.
Yeah. Okay, and then that's it, right? I did 4 and
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
4 actions. So then we'll do a monster phase.
All right, monster phase. Let's see.
2 items.
Okay.
And then this is a Wolfman event, so we won't resolve that.
2.
We've got a 3-cost mirrored box, which goes to the mansion. And a 3-cost violin, 3 strength, sorry, I don't mean to say cost, 3 strength violin, which goes to the camp.
Nice.
And then this does have Dracula and the frenzy symbol.
Yeah.
So first we'll resolve Dracula. He'll move 1.
So I'm
And then
nearest still,
attack
right?
for
Because
2.
I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 1, you said?
Move 1,
Okay.
and then attack for 2, and then resolve the frenzied monster and move 1 again.
So that's the.
Move to there.
Okay, another 1. Okay.
And then he still can't attack.
All right.
So now it's back to my turn.
Okay, and you got some villagers with you.
I do have some villagers. The museum is where the professor's trying to go. That's down
Oh,
here
no,
in the
that's-
that's not a good idea right now, but I think I can try to get her towards the tower.
That's far away though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so I can't do that this turn. But I do need, I think, those red items from the barn too, so that's not a bad idea to get me over there.
Just make sure that you're not closer if you have them than I am.
I'll be 3 spaces from Dracula.
Okay. And I'll be 2, so that should be. Well, you don't know. We know
Yeah,
what
we
he's
have
going
no
to do.
idea.
Yeah.
So we'll take those dice off the board just so we can see. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the theater.
All right.
And we'll go see a show
Yeah.
while we're in the middle of getting haunted.
All right. Monster phase.
So 0 items.
Uh-oh.
This is a mummy event, so we
Okay.
skip that. But Dracula does act.
Ooh.
He moves 1 space.
Whoa. Oh boy.
And then would attack for 2 but can't. And that's the monster strike. So we're making all right time. We've got about 10 minutes left before
Okay.
we need to take questions.
Do I
So-
get any penalty for moving into space with Dracula?
No, Dracula doesn't affect your movement. You can move,
Okay.
You can move right past him. It's just if you move past him, he's gonna be hot on your trail.
Oh, I see. Well, I actually don't have, even if I tried to get to the crypt, I can only pick up this 2 and this 3 on the way, so it's not enough.
Right.
So, I'm not sure what I should. I guess I'll pick it up anyway.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Or I can just try to get as far away as I can.
Or maybe try to. Well, you've got enough yellow items. Yeah, I'd try to. I don't know.
I don't
think
know
both
either.
of those are probably good. Especially if Dracula's going to be on your trail and might be attacking you. Picking up that item might not be a bad idea. But
Well, if I stay close to him, and you go smash the crypt, then I have to be to overcome him, to defeat him. I have to be in his space, and use 6 items. So maybe if I just make sure that I have the yellows,
okay.
as many yellows as I can have, and just stay close to him, that
Okay.
might be the strategy.
So you could even use your special action to
Pick
pull
those
these
2. Yeah.
and then move.
Yeah, so I'll do my special action. That's my first action. And then I guess I could move 3.
You want to move to the shop or the mansion or the museum?
I'll go to the mansion, I guess. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, sounds good. And then we'll resolve the monster. Two items.
All right. 2 items.
We've got a kite. It goes to the tower. Up here
Man,
with
there's a
all
lot of
those
stuff in that tower.
blue items. And then a shovel that goes to the graveyard where you just were.
Uh-oh. Well, now I would have had enough.
And then it's Frankenstein's monster event, so we'll skip that. And there are no Dracula or frenzied symbols.
Okay.
So we get a free kind of turn there.
All right.
So now it's
Your
my
hero
go.
phase.
I think I'm going to have to stay up in that quadrant of the board. So I'm going to guide Miss Elizabeth to the tower and get us a perk card.
Yay.
So we'll rescue Elizabeth. I got the Break of Dawn. Skip the next monster phase. Draw and place 2 items from the bag.
Whoa. Oh, wait. That's only when you use it.
Yeah. So I can choose to use that now or during your turn maybe. And
Yeah.
it may help us seal the win at the end if we save it long enough.
Maybe.
I'll take my second action to move. My third action will be to pick up those items.
All right.
So I have some physical items to use.
Yeah,
and
definitely 6 or more. So.
I'll put those over here so y'all
It's a
can see
9.
them. And then I'll just move back to the theater.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm a theater fan.
Yeah, you like going to the theater. Something good shown. And now it's monster phase.
Now it's monster phase. It's a Dracula event. 2 items we'll start with.
Okay.
The Children of the Night. What sweet music they make. You ever seen the original Dracula?
Nope.
We'll have to watch that. I have all the originals. They're very good. This tablet is a 3 strength spiritual item. It goes to the museum.
Here.
And then the flower is a 2 strength, goes to the docks. And then we resolve the Dracula event. Form of the Bat. Place Dracula in the space with the current player's hero. And that was me.
Man, you get that current player thing a lot.
Yeah. But luckily there is no Dracula or frenzied symbol at the bottom. So he's not going to attack me this turn.
Away.
But it is not my turn. So if he attacks on your turn, I might be in some trouble.
You have a lot of items, though, so if I take the...
I do have some items. And I'm guarding that villager, so he's not going to attack the villager.
Oh, he won't? Okay, even if you're in the same spot. Okay, well, there goes my plan of trying to,
Now, if I weren't there and he could, like, he just yanked me away, he could defeat that villager. That would also cause our terror to move up on the board.
But this might be a good time to skip the monster phase.
That's true. So why don't you go ahead and take your action?
Well, I was hoping that you'd skip the monster phase and put 2 items out, and one of them would be red, and then I would pick it up.
That's a good
What
idea.
I was hoping would happen.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's skip the monster phase
'Kay.
this turn.
Come
and then
on, red
we'll draw and
items.
place 2
No
items.
red items. Both of them are not red.
This wine goes to the church.
Okay.
And we got a fossil that goes
Huh.
to the camp.
So neither of those were red, so that there goes that.
But you got 4 actions, and
I guess I can grab those 2 for 1 action, 2, 3, and then pick up these for 4 action.
okay.
Okay. Oh, do you want to just? We don't have much time left.
Yeah, we'll get through your turn, I think, and then
Okay.
we'll wrap it up.
So I will just pick these up for 1 action. Move, 2nd action, 3rd action, and then pick up.
Okay. And that gives you enough to smash this last coffin. So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we do have to stop at this point because we need to wrap it up. But we had enough. You had enough strength, and I had enough strength to smash this last coffin. and then you had enough to defeat Dracula
Yeah.
after that. So I think we were on a good way to winning. The one thing that I would be worried about is if this monster deck runs out, then that's also a game over.
Oh, so we don't want to take too long to try and smash all the coffins and
Right,
defeat
there
them.
is a clock on it, but we
Okay.
still had a good number of cards there.
Do you want to show them some of the movers?
Yeah, I definitely want to show some of the other figures in the
And Dracula
game,
too is cool.
because they are very well detailed and fully paintable for the people who like to paint. So if you look up in the top left, there's our Dracula. Blah. That's my Dracula impression. We've got the Mummy. They're very nice miniatures. The Bride, and we'll show you them together. Frankenstein's monster. Here's the Wolfman. That one's a little tough to see in the light there. The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is one of my favorites. And the Invisible Man. So again, some of those are going to be more complex than Dracula's Smash the Coffins, but some of them, especially the way the expedition track works with Creature from the Black Lagoon, where you have to go and find the lagoon first, and it takes a while by discarding specific colored items. And remember, you're always playing against more than one
At a time.
at a time, so you have to try and do them both and kind of spread them out that way. But so I think that's about all the time that we have for today. Thank you guys for joining us. Please stay tuned for the rest of our sessions that we have throughout the weekend, and enjoy your PAX online. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.